Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I have not been like this beat and this glam in a minute, and honestly, I am loving it. Today, you guys can see the title. We're going to be doing two things at once. It is a full tutorial on this look right here. I'm going to be doing every single step, which I have not done in a very long time. But, most importantly, I'm going to be featuring a mixture of my favorite BOXYCHARM products from the past probably 6 to 8 months, and I'm going to be integrating that, showing off some of my favorite spoiler items that have already been confirmed for the September boxes at various different tiers. So if you want to hang out with me, see some of the best BOXYCHARM products for September in action, and maybe see some of my favorites from the past few boxes, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week, and that's going to be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to talk spoilers, boxy favorites, and get a quickie tutorial on this look, it's going to be really long, but see a nice tutorial on this entire look right here, stay tuned. Alright, I'm going to start off by prepping the skin. This is the Marc Jacobs Youthquake Moisturizer, which I've actually gone through a whole jar of this when they first launched it, summer of 2019. This will be coming in the September Premium box, but it is a hydrating gel moisturizer that I actually love the way that this performs under makeup. In addition to hydrating, it also has pineapple enzyme in it, so it is going to help resurface the skin, help if you have texture, anything like that, but it also, because of the pineapple and the vitamin C, is going to lighten, brighten, and tighten the skin. While I give that time to sink into the skin, I'm going to throw a eye primer onto my lids, and I'll be right back to jump into the first August product I'm going to be enjoying today. Alright, eyes are prepped, and I'm going to be jumping into the Violet Voss Essentials 2 palette for the eye look today. I'm thinking this look is going to be like, I mean, you'll have already seen the intro, so you know more than I do. But I think this is going to be a nice transition from summer into fall. So this is like my farewell to summer, fall makeup look. So I think I'm going to do like a brown halo eye with this aqua shade in the center of the lid. That's just where I think I'm going to end up going. So just dusting off any powder I used to set down the lid. I'm going to grab some eye brushes. And I'm probably going to just gloss through this really quickly so that I don't spend an entire 30 minutes just doing my eyes. So I'm going to start by taking clay and using that in the crease. I'm going to use chocolate brown as my definition, and I'm going to take aqua in the center, and I'm probably going to layer that over bronze. So I'm going to do that pretty quickly so that we can get to all of the products. But this is the first of the favorites category, and this is from the August base box. Now that we've got the base of the halo, which is really just those two colors, I'm going to go back into clay, the taupey brown, and I'm just going to blend that up just to kind of soften everything else. Grabbing a packer brush for the lid, I'm going to go into bronze right here. And I'm not going to be spraying this because I actually want this to be dry, so that way the blue really pops. Now the way I like to do a halo eye, just so that it looks really intense, is I place the majority of that color in the center of the lid. Then I will actually pull it towards the inner and outer corner, but just enough so it looks blended, not enough that it looks like it's all over the entire lid. And then going back into that dark brown shade, I'm just going to blend over the inner and outermost corners just to darken it up a little bit more so that that center of the lid maintains that focus. Taking a small detail brush with that same dark brown, I'm just going to make sure I really get in tight to the inner corner. And now that the entire base of the halo is done, going in with the same brush, I'm going to pick up the aqua shade, which is really going to be the star of the show. This time I am going to grab a setting spray, and I am going to just mist the color. so that it's nice and intense. And I'm going to pull that really close to the lash line in the center of the eye. And then I will feather it up and blend it out. And then one more time with the detail brush, going back into that chocolate brown, just making sure that, again, the inner corner and crease are nice and defined. All right, I will be tying up the lower lash line in a bit, and lashes and all that fun stuff, but I do want to intensify the eye a little bit more. So I'm going to jump into the next September premium spoiler, and that is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Kilowatt Foil Highlighter in the shade Sandcastle Mint Mojito. I'm using it right now because I really want that blue. So I'm actually going to take on my same brush a little bit of the blue highlight, and I'm just going to go very close to the lash and just in the very center. And just add a little bit more of that blue. Look at how much that brightens it up. Up until I got this highlighter, and that was like 2 years ago, mind you, I had no idea if I would ever use the blue highlighter. I got this exclusively because I loved the other side. And now I find that I use this side as much as I use the nude side. Like, look at how that just amped everything up. That's also going to be the same color I will be using on the inner corner, just not yet. All right, I'm going to go throw on mascara, lashes, none of which come out of BOXYCHARM, and I'll be right back for the lower lash and, well, everything else. All right, mascara and lashes are on. On to the next favorites item, which is going to be the Milk Makeup Kush Brow Gel. This is like my favorite brow to do because it's so easy. All you need is a brow brush. So what I do is I brush my brow hairs up, take a little bit of the brow gel and just pull it through, comb up in the front, nice and easy. Then with a clean spoolie, I'll just lightly pull that through again. And then with the angled side, I'll take a tiny bit and I will just add a little bit more product in the places on my brow where I feel I need a little more shape. And then I'll just comb it through, and it is the fastest, easiest brow ever. All right, next up, going into another September spoiler. This is the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops in Do You. I'm going to be taking this, where is my brush? I'm going to take this on my foundation brush, and I'm only taking a small amount, and I'm just going to place that anywhere I like to have a little extra glow, which is really just center of the forehead, cheekbones, Cupid's bow, and chin. And then going into my sponge, just going to press that in. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us a little extra radiance underneath our foundation. So you see how it amped up that glow? All of that will blend out beautifully under our foundation. So I'm going to grab today's foundation, which is actually a tinted moisturizer, just because I prefer a tinted moisturizer on the complexion, and then I'll use a full coverage concealer. But I will take a little bit of this right onto that same foundation brush. And what I'll do is I'll use this to just quickly move it around on the skin. I've been saying it for years. The best way to apply your foundation is to get it onto your face with a brush and then finesse it with a sponge. And once it's on, we blend. And I actually did blend that out using a previous Boxy product that I do really enjoy. This is the Midori sponge from Hank and Henry Beauty. This actually didn't come in my BOXYCHARM box. I got this from my fabulous friend Jadi G. Link her down below or probably right up here. I don't know. But I'm going to link her. She gave me this sponge because she had an extra set. And I love the shape. I love how easily it applies. Definitely a fan. And I will be using that same sponge to blend out a little bit of concealer that also came in the August box. This is from the variation I didn't unbox because I do get more than one box in a month. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit of this. I am using it in the shade Light Beige, which is honestly a hair light for me. But if you go in with a tiny amount, you won't have an issue. I like this product and I have used it before. It did, for a while, replace my Shape Tape as like my favorite foundation or concealer back in the day. And then I stopped using it, and I don't remember why, but here we are giving it a second chance. So it's just a hair light. So I'm going to take Natural Beige, which is one shade darker, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of that around, and I'm going to blend that up towards the under eye, just so it's not quite as stark. I'm just going to lock that in with some powder. And jumping into my next favorite, it is, well, I love the Charlotte Tilbury powder, but I meant to hold up the Baddington brushes from Baddington Beauty. This brush is probably my favorite powder brush. Not probably, it is. I cannot remember the last time I cleaned my brushes and this was not in the pile. And I clean my brushes typically every week, but sometimes every 2 weeks. And then all of my clean brushes go into a clean brush cup. And then as I use them, I put them in the dirty brush cup. And I always have this brush in the dirty brush cup. That's how you know I like something, because I consistently and regularly use it. It's just so soft, perfect amount of product. If you did not get it in your boxes, you're going to probably want to track it down, because this brush is like the best brush I've gotten in a subscription box. I might even go ahead and say it is the best brush I've ever had. I love it. Not to oversell it or anything. All right, now I'm going to tie up the lower lash. So I'm going to grab the Milk Makeup eyeliner in the shade Boss, which also came in the August box. And I'm going to just run a thin layer of black liner in the waterline. Jumping into a pencil brush with that same chocolate brown, I am just going to lightly set down the black liner and gently begin smoking it out. Taking the brush I used before with no additional product, I'm just going to blend around what we just did. And I'm going to look down and blend up so that I just connect that lower lash line with the outer portion of the upper lid. Make everything look seamless and connected. All right, and tying up the eyes, I'm going to go into a mixture of the two highlighter shades from the Fenty Beauty highlighter. I'm going to start with the darker of the two and just lay down a decent amount on the entire inner corner. And then on that same brush going into the blue, I'm just going to pinpoint the very center of the inner corner. And that is the eyes. Now I am going to bronze and blush and highlight on camera. To bronze, I'm going to go into the Ace Beauty bronzer palette, and I'm going to take a mixture of the lightest two shades. And using just the lightest shade, I'm going to contour my nose. And for blush, you already know, Alamar. This is in the medium tan trio. And because the eyes are so cool tone with that blue, and the lip is actually going to be pretty neutral, I'm going to predominantly focus on Isla in the middle, the more coral shade. And then a tiny bit of Seclusion, which is a little more tangerine, just to add a touch more, because that's going to tie in a little bit better to the color we're going to use on the lip. For highlight, we are back in that same Fenty spoiler, and I'm just using the darker side just to give you that beautiful glow. And notice on the side I didn't highlight, you still have a little bit of that glow coming through. That's from those Marc Jacobs Dewdrops. Now obviously you saw I blended quite a bit out and I didn't use a whole lot. I think I used half a pump on the whole face. You can always add more. And if your skin is a little drier and you don't use powder everywhere, you can actually use it right on top of your foundation or even mixed into your foundation if you want even more glow. And now that the face is basically done, time to jump into the, oh, I forgot about that. Do I even need it? No, I don't. I'm going to skip the liquid liner today because I don't think I need it, but the Marc Jacobs Highliner Liquid Liner, which is a pot liner, is coming in the box as well. I know I mentioned that already, but I honestly like looking. I feel like I don't need a liner today, so I am going to skip that, but I'm going to go into my lip combo. It's using a liner that did not come in a box, but I'm going to be mixing my two favorite Fenty Beauty lip colors that came in the premium box a couple months ago. I love all the colors that came in there. Clapback, the blue one is beautiful. Griselda is beautiful. But I'm going to be missing Single and PMS to make, for me, the perfect like neutral brown fall lip. So I'm going to start with MAC Spice Lip Liner, and I'm just going to quickly line my lips. All right, now that the lips are lined, I'm going to go into PMS first, which is like a dark brown. And I'm not putting that all over the whole lip. So what I'm going to do this is I just did 6 little dots. And with my finger, we're just going to darken it up a little bit more. Then jumping into Single, which is much lighter. I'm going to apply it all the way to the bottom lip, press my lips together, and then to perfect it, going back into that liner, which I am going to add a quick sharpen to. And I'm just going to use this to clean up the edges. And then just to seal it all in, I'm jumping into the Coqueta gloss from Alamar, because it is also like a nice neutrally browny gloss. And that is the finished look. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, walking through and trying out on camera in front of you all some of my favorite products that have come out of BOXYCHARM in the past few months. And more importantly, some of the products I'm the most excited to be getting in my September boxes. So let me know down below, what are some of your Boxy favorites from the past year? And more importantly, what are you excited to get your hands on for the entire month of September? Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.